asking for a meeting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that we live in this new era where the possibilities in terms of communication, storytelling, persuasion, and the cost of a sale have completely changed?
Dynamics have shifted.
We haven't
AI is changing everything.
We haven't realized yet, have we? If
No.
you think about how we're behaving,
No.
we haven't quite realized the potential of the technology we have.
We are like on the movie The Titanic when they hit the iceberg and they're all just like dancing on the thing and someone says, oh, it's an unsinkable ship. And the guy with a white face says, it's made of steel. It will go down. It'll sink. When I first saw AI do what AI does, I had that moment of like, oh no, this changes everything. We've just hit an iceberg. This is a fundamental general purpose technology that is going to change everything. It's going to change every industry, top to bottom. Everything's going to have to reorganize itself around an AI landscape. But we're all pretending like it doesn't exist. We're all pretending like this thing isn't doing what it's doing. But yeah.
There's one thing that AI disagrees with you on. When I say AI, I mean Sam Altman from ChatGPT. You said earlier, business is a team sport. Now, he has a WhatsApp group, Sam Altman, the founder of ChatGPT. And in that WhatsApp group, he's got a bet with some friends that there'll be the first ever one-person billion-dollar company soon. And they're guessing on the date of the first ever one-person billion-dollar company. Because with AI, the team sport becomes you and a large language model like a ChatGPT.
I think that it's directionally correct, what he's saying. The one-person AI business will be beaten by the 10-person AI business. And that, like, yes, it probably will happen. Let's zooming out. Of course it will happen. There will be a person who creates something using AI and it'll be a standout thing. But to replicate that again and again, what we will see a lot of is 5-person teams with a CEO, CTO, COO, CMO, CFO who work together as 5 people doing the work of 500 people using AI. That'll happen definitely, and that'll be that'll reproduce. But to a degree, business is always going to be a team sport that essentially 5 or 6 people will always beat one because they're talking to each other and they're covering different angles. And whatever AI strengths, AI is very good at content but not context. And having 5 people who share a context and create a context together, then the content can happen using AI. AI, without that context, it doesn't know what to do. So it doesn't have any purpose.
Right now.
Yeah, to a degree it can start to, it still needs a first mover on what is the context. Why are we doing this in the first place?
Right now?
So, well, that's the one person. Yeah, I agree with you that there is, like, we are at a time in history where we can't see around the corner. We don't know what society will look like. But here's a few things I do know about. I do know that as it stands right now, humans are great at context and AI is good at content. And if you can provide AI with an amazing context as to what it's meant to be doing, it will fill in all the blanks. But it needs the context first. I know that vitality versus functionality. AI is great at functionality, but it needs someone to breathe life force into it. It's the human life force that we breathe into things. So it still needs vitality, even though AI does a lot of functionality. And the warning that I have for people is that AI is very good at turning you into a creator or a consumer. So it essentially figures you out and it says, oh, TikTok, huh? How about we get you to spend 16 hours on TikTok and hypnotize you into spending way longer than you thought on this thing. And the AI is really good at saying, we'll drive you down to the edges of how much someone can consume. But it will also drive you to the edges of how much someone can create. And one thing that is going to happen in the next few years is everyone is going to have to make a conscious decision. Do I want to be a creator or a consumer in relationship to AI? Because if you allow AI to use you, it'll just turn you into a consumer. You'll listen to more stuff, watch more stuff, do more, like spend more money because AI is good at that. Or if you use it to build stuff and make stuff and produce stuff, you will be doing superhuman levels of creativity because of AI. But it's going to divide society into consumers and creators.
Okay, very important announcement. Waited a long time to tell you about this. Last year, I launched my very own private equity fund called Flight Fund with the aim of investing in great companies that are working to bring about a better future. At Flight Fund, we're committed to empowering the most innovative founders by providing not just funding, but mentorship, guidance, and a network that fuels their growth. Since launching the fund, we've invested in disruptors like SpaceX, Zoe, Huel, Whoop, Until, and many, many more. And today, I'm excited to announce that Flight Fund is now live on Seedrs. Head to the link in the description below on this episode. It will say Flight Fund, and you can learn more about Flight Fund and why we've partnered with Seedrs. Quick one, as you might know, a company that I've invested in is now also a sponsor of this podcast, and they're called Zoe. And I'm coming to you today with a warning, and it's all of those diet companies' favorite month of the year. And that means that you're about to hear a lot of jargon and words across all types of media when it comes to diet culture. Please don't get caught up in the fads. When it comes to your own health, you must listen to experts. And that's exactly what Zoe has. Zoe isn't about restriction or removing foods from your diet. It's about building sustainable daily habits that will make your life better forever. They'll help you to discover how eating in the right way for your body with what they call personalized nutrition will have you feeling the benefits almost instantly and far into the future. If you're looking to pick up new habits this year, then use my code CEO10 to get 10% off of your Zoe kit, and do it right now. Work-life balance, Daniel.
Oh, work-life balance.
Is it a thing? Is it possible to be wildly successful and not work exceptionally hard?
The people who talk about work-life balance as an important thing, they normally worked their asses off to the extent that they almost burnt themselves out. Then they had a come to Jesus moment, and then they now espouse work-life balance. In hindsight, after having a massive breakthrough from the massive amounts of